Okay. You may or may not know very much about Kundalini Yoga. I'm not going to talk too much about it this morning, but if you'd like to know more about it another time, then we can certainly have a conversation. Um, but we go each week, we will either do a breath meditation or we will use a mantra. So these are a really powerful way of then clearing the subconscious, helping to release anxiety and stress, and helping you to find more inner balance. But me particularly, I find mantra very, very helpful just because it really cuts through the mind. And you know that we have such busy minds these days with so much going on that the mantra meditation builds a very, very strong energy inside. So it's almost like, you know, with the pressure from the outside coming in, it means that we have a pressure from the inside going out, and we can meet that pressure, which means that we have more strength and resilience. But today we're going to do a breath meditation just to start. Just bear with me. I'm going to just close my mail so that uh, there we go. Okay, so whenever we do a Kundalini meditation from this lineage, we always tune in with a mantra, and the mantra helps to create a sacred space. So it's like helping us to put our ego personality to the side so then we can really connect with our inner wisdom. It also helps us to create like a sacred space between all of us. It's like a group aura, so it like contains the energy that we then create in this meditation. So I'm going to write that in the chat. So if you are unfamiliar with this mantra, please don't worry. And you know, it just, I'm just going to mute you so that there's no background noise. So the mantra, it just means I bow to this wisdom in myself. Yeah. So you're not bowing to me, you're not bowing to anything on the outside of you. It's really about finding that inner mastery, and this is what this mantra means. So we always start any kind of Kundalini practice from this lineage with this mantra, and we chant it through the conch of the nose. So it's a ong. So when you vibrate through the nose, this has an impact on both your pineal gland, your pituitary gland. It starts to change the secretions of all the hormones. It has an effect on the hypothalamus and other brain structures. So straight away, you're starting to move into that more meditative state and helping to let go of the limited mind. So let's just try doing that together. So I'll start and then you can just follow. So we chant it 3 times. And so bring your hands together and then rolling your shoulders back and lifting and opening your heart center. So drawing the breath all the way down into your belly and then into the sides of your ribs, and drawing the breath all the way up into your chest and clavicle. So as you're inhaling, you're mentally chanting Sat, which means truth. And as you're exhaling, you're mentally chanting Nam, which means identity. So, this mantra that we use on the breath is called a seed mantra because we're placing this mantra in the mind. So, on every inhale, Sat, truth, every exhale, Nam, identity. So, it's just reminding us of our true identity, which is beyond our mind and beyond our body. And it's actually a state of being which is within us, which we want to access. And we can't access that through our limited mind. So, also bringing the hands into prayer pose. So, this mudra balances the two hemispheres of the brain and also balances the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So, it's a very beautiful way of starting your practice because it's grounding, it creates a sense of balance. So, even just bringing the palms together, that action is going to start to change how you feel. And then when you start to breathe consciously, we also start to calm the nervous system down. So as we breathe, I want you to breathe all the way down into the belly and then into the sides of the ribs and then all the way up into the chest and the clavicle. So it's like a 4-part breath, but it's one wave coming all the way up. And then you're going to pause the breath slightly And then you're going to exhale and you're going to let all the air out of the lungs. And then you're going to pause the breath on the end of the exhale. So we're just going to do this for a few moments. I want you to notice what happens inside you as you begin to breathe in this way. So every time that your mind goes off to a thought, you're just bringing it back to Sat Nam and just using the breath to anchor yourself in your body. So we're going to start with this mantra Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. It just means I bow to this wisdom in myself. So we're leaving our ego personality to the side. We're connecting to our inner wisdom and our higher wisdom. So just listening if you don't know the words, and then seeing if you can join in second and third time. Taking a deep inhale and then a deep exhale, and then inhaling to begin. Om Gurudev Om Gurudev Om Gurudev Namo. And then inhaling, holding the breath, just noticing how you feel. You may feel sensations on your body, tingling or prickling. So this is just the movement of energy. And then before you open your eyes, set an intention. So maybe there's something that you are struggling with in your life, like anxiety or fear or overwhelm or stress. You would like to find resolution for that. So that could be your intention. Or maybe you want to develop a quality like peace or joy or intuition. So this also could be your intention for the meditation. So just setting that now. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. So welcome everyone. For all of those that joined a little bit late, welcome. So we're going to do a breath meditation today. And if you're struggling with anxiety, or if you're having difficulties in relationships, then it can be indicating that there is an imbalance in the energy in this area of the body. And from the yogic perspective, we call this prana vayu. So the body's broken down into different sections, and each section has a different quality of energy. So it's basically from the throat to the sternum. So this energy here is called pranavayu, and it governs the heart, it governs the lungs, it governs the thymus glands, your immune system. But when this energy is balanced, you're full of energy, your mind is very clear, you can think very clearly, and you feel positive and vital. So when you're experiencing overwhelm or when you're feeling anxious, it can be an indication that this area of the body is out of balance. And so we're going to work today with a meditation to help to balance that energy. Now, before I do any meditation, I always find it really helpful to do just a little bit of movement. We're just going to do one movement of the body just to anchor the energy down into the body because often we're very in our heads, we've got a lot going on. So, just to have a deeper meditation, we're just going to do one warm up posture. So, you can do this sitting on the floor or you can do it sitting in a chair. And you're just going to bring your hands onto your knees and you're going to inhale the navel coming forward and you're going to exhale navel coming back. So if I just show you, so it's called a Sufi grind. So you're moving your body around the bowl of your pelvis. So as you're coming forward, you're inhaling, and as you're coming back, you're exhaling. And we want to close the eyes, with the hands on the knees, and we want to breathe deeply. So we want to breathe all the way down to the base chakra. And we're just going to do this for a couple of minutes. I'm going to put a timer on. So keep the eyes closed and then use the breath to move the energy in the body. And also use the breath to move your body in this way. So really deepening the breath. So as we inhale, we're mentally chanting Sat. And then as we're exhaling, we're mentally chanting Nam. We're using that mantra to keep the mind present. And we're focusing at the third eye point. So imagining you're breathing all the way down into your pelvis. And we're going to go the opposite direction. We're keeping the eyes closed. Every time your mind goes to a thought, just bring it back. And then we're going to inhale to the center, the spine nice and upright, keep the chin tucked in, and then hold the breath. And then we're going to squeeze the muller band. This is the muscles of the anus. You're pulling in and up. Your sexual organs, you're pulling in and up like the pelvic floor, navel to the spine, visualizing that energy traveling to the top of your head, tongue in the roof of the mouth, circulating that energy to every cell. And then exhale. And just relax, but bring your awareness into your lower spine and your pelvis. So just noticing any activation of energy. You might notice heat, you might notice tingling or prickling or fizzing. This is just energy moving. So maybe noticing that you feel more grounded or more present. Okay, so we're going to begin the meditation. You're going to bring your left hand so that it's holding this area of pranavayu. And so your fingers are pointing to the opposite way. And then you're bringing your hands up. So you're holding Gyan Mudra, the thumb and index finger together. So you're just tucking your elbow into the side of your body. And you're going to do this 4-part breath. So that breath that we practiced at the beginning, the belly, sides of the ribs, breath all the way up into the chest and clavicles. So you're going to inhale, and then you're going to hold the breath for as long as you can. And then when you can no longer hold it, you're going to exhale. And then you're going to hold the breath out for as long as you can. So when you're holding the breath out, there is that the body will sense that there's not enough oxygen, and it will start to, and prana, and it will start to then balance the energy in this area. So just doing your best to hold the breath for as long as you can with the breath held in, and as long as you can with the breath held out. We're just going to do this for a few minutes and see how we feel. I'm going to inhale. You're going to hold the breath in and squeeze the muller bands, the muscles of the anus and sexual organs. You're pulling in and up like the pelvic floor, navel to the spine, visualizing that energy traveling to the top of your head, tongue in the roof of the mouth, circulating that energy to every cell. And then exhale and relax. So keep the eyes closed and just drop into your body and just feel the energy. Notice the sensations in the body. So again, there may be heat or tingling or prickling. You might notice different sensations in different areas of the body. So just sitting quietly and observing. And bring the hands together. So we're going to close the meditation with chanting Sat Nam. So again, we're bringing the hands into prayer pose at the heart. And Sat Nam, remember, just means truth is my identity. So we're sealing the energy, sealing the practice with chanting this mantra 3 times. So inhale to begin. Sa. Closing by connecting to your heart energy. And may we live more from our hearts than our minds. Thank you, everyone. So the recording will be available. So if you would like a copy of the recording, then I can send it to you. You could do this meditation every day for the next 7 days. And then there'll be another one next Monday. So thank you so much for joining me. We haven't got time to chat, but if anything comes up for you, you'd like to reach out, then please do. I'm always available. Sending you love. Thank you for joining me. Bye.